Mm. Yeah, I told her in the team closing after the game that I was going to get some chicken today, going to get some KFC. And yeah, I owe her for that one. So KFC it is. Do they have a KFC in Chicago? They do, yeah. I'll go find it. Go find it. All right. Right. Yeah. In a game like this, and especially with with everything that's in stake, you have to be able to sacrifice your bodies. And we know the spots that they like to get to on the floor. And so, we can anticipate those sometimes. And SLU did a good job of doing that, especially a team that plays so hard and physical toward the basket. And we just have to be there. We have to be there and just do the best we can and stand between them and the basket. Now, they're a great team, and you saw Alyssa Thomas make some shots outside, and but we stuck with what we were doing, and I thought we just did a good job of just battling through, and I'm proud of them for that. And now we have to think about the next game. So we're seeing and I hope we appreciate it. And I hope everybody else appreciates it. Is Azare is growing up before our eyes, and she's able to do a lot of things and be disruptive, and we saw that throughout the series, and sometimes coaches, sometimes we overthink things and we overcoach things. And I felt like after watching the game two, I felt like it was stretches that I probably could have kept her in a little bit longer. And but I was giving her rest, and I have to understand that this it's not the same as a Ray from May and June that you can't lean on as much. At one point, she told me she was tired. I was like, "Well, too bad for you. You're not coming out." So no, I mean, she's a player and she's growing. Now it's just about building the consistency and see if she could do it 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row, and but we believe in her, and she's a sponge, and it's been really good. Yeah. That's who she is, and that's who she's been for us, even since the bubble. Like, she's been our emotional leader, and so we need her leading us in that way. And Kalia, she's she's. I mean, it's not like she's come from nothing, but people don't talk about her, and they don't understand what she means to us, and the fact that she's able to put us on her shoulders emotionally and feed that energy. And you felt the crowd. Um, so not only did our team follow her, but the crowd followed her as well, and we needed every bit of it. And she was able to do that in a great fashion without exerting too much where she wasn't efficient. So she's been our emotional leader, and we like riding her emotions, her wave of emotions, and we're going to keep on riding. Mm-hmm. We I think we made some adjustments where we were able to stay 5-on-5 a little bit more, and it's just paying more attention to Bonner. Bonner's an amazing player, and we know we have our hands full with her, but we made sure that we responded, and I don't think we changed the scheme so much as far as just making sure we knew where she was. Of course. So you look at the last 2 games and look at the deficiencies on offensive rebound. Um, as a Ray, she had as many offensive rebounds as their team. And if I tell you that this is going to happen on Sunday, everybody would have been like, no way is Azure going to match as many offensive rebounds as they had. But now it's about will, and it's not really about skill when it comes to rebounding. It's about who wants the ball. And we just have to make sure we stay there. I've been in series where we've won just because we were able to grab more rebounds, offensive rebounds. And we just want to make sure that we keep them off the boards as much as possible. We take care of the ball as much as possible. And then we think we give ourselves a shot. Right. Yeah, we knew that the 50-50 balls was going to be a key. And so it's something we paid attention to. And now we have to do it again. And we have to do it again. But we've given ourselves a shot. And we've always been a confident group. And so we'll be confident when we come in. But I don't want to take that confidence too high and say, hey, it's ours. We have to go get it. No, it's the playoffs. This builds character. You get everything. You get experience from wins and losses. And, when you come out on the top, it's teaching you how to win and what it takes to win. And it's teaching you that, hey, it's not going to kill you. You just got to do it. And we've won 2 slugfests. They've won 1. So now we just have to win 1 more. Mm-hmm. I think she moved. She moved, and everybody else was threats. So we weren't just waiting on Allie to create something. And the one thing about Allie, she's a natural scorer, and so she's going to find a way. Like, so that means you have to be locked in for 40 minutes or 30, however many minutes she plays. And as soon as she's smart enough to, as soon as you relax, she's going to take advantage of it. And so we just tried to put her in movement and get her some rhythm and as much as possible. And we know that that team is capable defender. They have capable defenders, but we put them in situations where they had to close out to her and they had to make a choice. Sometimes it didn't work out for them that way. Yeah. Yeah. We're a tough team. Okay. And I know when people see Allie, they don't see, like, you have to understand that all the experience that come with it. Like, this is a person that came from nothing, had to fight to stay in this league. And when people see her, they try to attack her and stuff like that. And but she's a tough person. She's one of the toughest people I've ever had to coach. So when it comes to toughness, if you're talking about you just want to out tough us, that ain't gonna work. And so we'll respond. We'll be fine. And now we know we're not going to depend on anybody to bail us out or anything. We're just going to stay solid and put our flag in the sand. And like I said, we know they're a great team. We're not going to take anything away from them or take them lightly. They have the MVP. They have the most improved player. I tend to think if Alyssa Thomas was playing this year, she would probably be up for MVP too. And they have the best coach in the league. So we're not going to take them lightly. But at the same time, we know who we are. And we're confident in that. The energy was amazing. Chicago, they want a winner, and we desperately want to give it to them. And I think the game today kind of epitomized what Chicago is. It's a hardworking city, people that are passionate, and I thought we played with that today, like hard work and passion. And you can feel the energy in the crowd, and they love that. And we loved giving it to them, and it just makes everything that much more enjoyable.
Howard Magdell.
James, congrats on the win.
Thanks.
You spoke about Alyssa Thomas, and obviously
she came into this series a little bit of an unknown in terms of how much she would be giving them. Certainly down the stretch here, and also in game two, she was really central to the way they were performing offensively. I just wonder how much you've had to adjust, how much you plan to adjust for Alyssa Thomas now that she is not just an occasional contributor the way she was in the end of the regular season, but pretty central to what they're doing now.
She was unknown to you. she wasn't unknown to us at all. You got to understand, Howard. Like, she put us out the playoffs last year, Alyssa Thomas, and that was a great team we lost to last year. But she really dominated that game, and so we prepared for her. But when you have a player that dynamic and you know what they're capable of, you don't shortchange them, even if they're coming off injury. Once you're healthy, you're healthy. And you can go to the other series that's on the other side of the country. They're talking about Diana's ankle, but she comes out and has a 37-point game, and we don't consider injuries or coming off injuries. If you're able to play, we're going to focus on you because you're a great player, and we're going to commit to trying to stop you. Now, we've had a hard time, but I thought we did better as far as keeping her off the offensive board. She had one today, and we know she's going to come with it next game. So we just have to make sure we do it again.
Makes sense, James. Thank you.
Thank you.
Zachary Jones.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win today. I'm just wondering, how are you feeling given everything that this team has been through this year with injuries, the Olympics, and everything else? How does it feel to be right on the brink of reaching the finals?
I feel good that we won today. We have to win the next game. So I don't take, wins and losses for granted. I appreciate the game, and I'm excited just like everybody else is. And I know what, we have to do. But I'm not thinking of it really as brink of the finals. I'm just thinking about, hey, how do we get this next game? Now, the results of that next game, it gives us the finals, but I really want to just hone in on accomplishing what we need to accomplish. And I think we've been a good team this series, and I think we can play well the next game too.
Thank you, Coach.
Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with nothing but that sports talk. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
In the last press conference, Clea Copper talked about how she didn't bring enough energy. Today, she really brought it in the fourth quarter, which compelled to that 15-16-2 run. And Candace Parker brought energy inside, getting the rebounds. I want to get your impressions on that, and how will that help you get through game 4?
I mean, Ka's energy was infectious. She was really good, like everywhere, defensively, offensively. When we needed big plays, her and Quigley made them, and it kept us in the game, especially at a point where they could have made a run. I think they went up 6 or 8 or something like that, and Allie got fouled, and then we kept going. Ka got an and one on a break. The energy was just amazing what they gave tonight. Candace, she vetted up and got a lot. She did a lot of things that's not going to be in the stat sheet, especially the box out and keeping them off the offensive rebounds. She did a better job of that, grabbing key rebounds for us and making key shots for us. So, I mean, Candace's energy was amazing, and that veteranship that she gives us is well needed. So, and we're going to need it Wednesday because she's been in these type of games. So, we don't expect anything less. Thanks, guys. All these aren't mine, are they? All right. I'm going to take a couple, okay? Here, just don't give them to Kurt. We went through them like that.
Thank you. I'll give an opening statement. Tremendous WNBA game tonight. Both teams with fantastic players making plays. And both teams, more than anything, just played their guts out tonight. So disappointed that we came up short. We had some momentum at times and had chances certainly right there at the end, but came up a little bit short. So have a day off, get back to work, and an important game 4 here back in the building, and we'll get away from it for a day, but what a great series so far, and should continue again in game 4. Yeah, they both had tremendous games. Kalia was made fantastic plays and made shots tonight, and was the recipient of some of our schemes, and but she took advantage of it and had a great night, and was really a spark for them. And you see why throughout the regular season she's their leading scorer. I think that they brought doubles quicker tonight, tried to force us to make decisions out. It led to, at times, some very open threes for our perimeter guards, which we were able in stretches to really knock down. And then Dewana got into the lane off the dribble. Again, good recipients of screens, but she was aggressive tonight off the bounce, which allowed her to get in the lane. So, we needed that when, it was a game more of movement than just pound it to the post. They made us make some decisions out of there. We've got to continue to get her touches. Obviously, there's a lot of attention to her, and like a great player does, she's unselfish and is going to make plays for other players. Because of all that attention on her, it opens it up for other people, just like Sloot does for them. Tons of attention on Sloot tonight. Does that mean Sloot had a bad game? I mean, no one would write that, right? But because of the attention on her, it opens it up for Copper. So, and we've got to be the same way. You may not get the shot attempts, your numbers may not look eye-popping, but can you make everything easier for other people? So we got to pick our places. And at the same time, the challenge is to get JJ touches where she can score.
Alexa?
Hi, Kurt. I was wondering if you could take us through, I guess, the last 2 plays you guys drew up. The one, I think, with 18 seconds left, and then with 8 seconds left, looked like both were called for AT. I guess, were you just trying to go to her because she was having a hot hand in the 4th? And what kind of, did you like the looks you got out of those?
Our sideline out of bounds plays got disrupted from the beginning. And so at times your timing is off, and therefore you have to go make a play. And we, had opportunities to make plays through AT. But again, they did a nice job at disrupting our initial catch from out of bounds, which then, put you out of sync on maybe what we were looking for initially, but our players played aggressively and stayed with it. And that's what happens a lot at the end of games. It's not always drawn up and executed exactly like you were in the huddle, but players got to go make plays in those situations.
Another question for me, they really dominated the last night, especially Azare Stevens. Obviously, your rebounding is a calling card for you guys. So what did you see from them, either adjustment-wise or effort-wise, that allowed them to do that? And if you want to talk to or speak to how Stevens has made an impact the last, game or two as well.
Yeah, I thought she was a real X factor. I've called her the X factor to our team, the X factor before the series started. Azare, is so long, and she's active. Even when she doesn't corral offensive rebounds, she keeps the ball alive at times. She can stretch you. She can drive it. She's a really talented player and an additional weapon. There's a lot of weapons on this floor for both teams, and she's one. I've called her the X factor all along, and this is why. Her offensive rebounding really set the tone. We did better against her in the second half, but I think she got one rebound in the second half, so we certainly were better. But she was a factor, especially in that first half.
Ned?
Ned, you're on mute.
Afternoon, Kurt. Turnovers are a problem for you guys today, particularly down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Did you have a sense if your team was just getting sped up too much, or was it just bad decisions?
Yeah, there's never one thing when you turn the ball over. Obviously, I thought at times we were sped up by them at times. Again, you go back and watch, a lot of turnovers are self-inflicted, and you can take care of that. But turnovers were a big part of the story. They turn those into so many points, a huge percentage of their points. They're just dynamic going from defense. They're dynamic going from defense to offense. So when you turn the ball over, they're really hard to guard. You never can really get your patented half-court defense set. And then the game, because of that, when they're scoring off turnovers, gets into a pace, gets into a scoring zone that we would prefer not to be in with Chicago. So now the game leaks into the mid-80s if you don't turn it over as much as it in the mid-70s. And they have one win under 80 points this year. So, again, that turnovers were a big part of their story tonight.
Thank you.
Howard?
Hey, Kurt, obviously, Alyssa has been such an important part of this team for many years, but when you bring her back into a group that's already won 12 straight near the end of this year, obviously knowing how much you get from her and how much you come to rely on her in this series, I'm just wondering how much of that was A, surprising to you, and B, whether you have adjusted how much you're relying on her in this series as you've been able to see what she's able to give you.
Yeah, Howard, it's a lot by feel. Tonight, Bree Jones had some turnovers out of the gate. I felt like she got sped up. We took her out to, get her to take a deep breath. AT played well. AT again in the last two games has really given us great energy and great fight. So you extend some minutes and you roll with it. And she was starting to really score, especially in the second half at a higher percentage clip. I think she maybe had 7 baskets in the second half alone. Mm-hmm. So, you kind of just play it by feel. The other night, it was Bree Jones and AT. Tonight, it was JJ and AT. At times, it's going to still be Bree Jones and JJ. So it's just a feel on how the game is settled in, how Chicago is scheming us, and we'll play off of that and, divvy up the minutes a lot between the three of them.
And just related to that, to take nothing away from JJ and Bree in the seasons they've had, but where would you guys be without AT in the series?
Yeah, it's a hard question, Howard. Obviously, you can say that about any of our top 8 players. But she's willed us at times, and with that will and how hard she plays, it's hard to act tired. It's hard to feel, sorry for yourself if you're feeling tired because you see how hard AT's playing. And that's one of the things that she's always brought to us is, leading by example with the effort. And so it's just contagious. And then you watch how hard Bree January works and Jasmine works. And you just watch that core group work their guts out. Both teams played so hard tonight.
Thanks, Kurt.
Jacqueline?
Hi, Kurt. My question kind of goes along with that, but Bree Jones didn't play in the fourth quarter. Do you think that was more so matchup specific or really just Alyssa Thomas having momentum? And was there any thought of putting Bree Jones back in the game in those final minutes?
Yeah, there's always, you're always trying to contemplate, is everybody fresh enough? Do we like the matchups? Do we like what's happening? Alyssa, once again, had 7 baskets herself in the second half. I'm not sure if that's the most of any player on either team in the second half, but I got to believe it's up there. And so, we rolled the dice and decided not to throw Bree Jones in there tonight.
Charlotte?
Hi, Kurt. You were talking about just the pace of today's game and how, I guess, what you've taken from today and previous matchups to really slow down and get back into that half-court defense that you guys talk about and play. What, I guess, stands out immediately from today's game that you're could be able to do?
Yeah, the simple thing is we've got to continue to control our turnovers. 17 tonight. If we can get that, as you guys know, over the last 2 or 3 years, our record when we've had 12 or less turnovers is, we're nearly unbeatable. So we've got to get that. That helps them. That gets their tempo going so fast. And then you've got to show Sloot different things with all that, with all that pace that she's bringing to them, giving her different looks, giving her different schemes, trying at anything to get them slowed down and get them into their half court.
Ruffy?
Hey, Coach, I want to break down the ability for the Connecticut Sun to get the second chance points when in offensive rebounds throughout this contest that kept you guys in the game. How important will that be going into game 4?
Yeah, we really struggled. Probably one of our lowest halves. It's not the lowest half of the year in terms of offensive rebounding percentage. I think we missed 20 shots in the first half and had 1 offensive rebound. That means they got 19 defensive rebounds to our 1 offensive. That's disappointing for our offensive rebounding. So it's going to continue to have to be an important part. We eventually missed 35 shots, something like that. So we missed 15 shots in the second half, but got 6 back. Now your percentage of offensive rebounding is back up towards 40%. Everything, it supplements some missed shots when you are able to get some putbacks. Thank you. Whoever. Thank you.
Oh, that was very sweet. Really?
It's cool. You was at media yesterday. It's okay.
Yeah, where was everybody at media? At practice?
Oh, you're breaking. Okay.
You guys are here
Here we go.
today, though.
We're good. First question for Annie.
You know, they had been going to Alyssa, and we talked about packing the paint, trying to make those type of plays. I think I was in position. I played against her enough to know, you know, she was looking for the basket. So I was just in the right position, trying to make the right play.
Yeah, I think I just was aggressive from the beginning. And that's important for me to bring the energy, to bring the toughness, to get us going, to get us on a good start. Slu said something in the locker room a couple of seconds ago, just about her enjoying the N1 more than me, her enjoying my N1. I think that's like the ultimate leadership, the ultimate like piece that we need in order to win a championship is celebrating others. So I just think that I'm just trying to do whatever I can do out there and just be that person for us.
You know, when cause like that, it's hard not to just jump on board with her. You know, it's so contagious, and she's obviously a very special athlete, but when she is like that emotionally, and you know, she's so much fun to play with. So I think we all just jump on board and ride her wave, which I think is incredible, and it can take us really far.
I say it all the time. I mean, I think it's fun to see her make plays, but I think it's just her aggression and her energy and her positivity. Mm-hmm. And you know, I love the and ones, but I think it's just like the little stuff that she does that people don't notice, you know, like getting through screens really quick and coming in and getting that huge defensive rebound where January had to foul her going the other way. So I think, yeah, we remember the big plays, but in my mind, it's like, it's those and some. So it's been really fun and new for me to be able to jump on that and jump on that energy. And then when she's doing this, like it's over, you know, like when she like flex and does that, it's like,
Yeah, this is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. I got two questions, one for Kansas and one for Clear Copper. Question for Clear Copper. You talked about not bringing enough energy in what happened in the last loss, and today.
I mean, I think we focused on the rebounds down the stretch, but really it was setting the tone. I think in the first quarter, they may have only had one offensive rebound. Like there were so many times where I turned around and there were 3 and 4 of us down there battling. And we know that that's what they do. Like, you know, they're big and they're strong. And throughout the year, they've played on the offensive glass. And so in order for us to even have a chance to be in the game, we got to, you know, do our work early and, you know, gang rebound. That's what we call it. Like, honestly, it can't be one person. It's got to be everybody. And I think that's what we saw today.
Michelle Vopel, ESPN.
Yeah, this is for Candace, please. Candace, when you went to Chicago, I thought it would be a great situation for Azare, you know, as a mentor, a big woman who has such a versatile game. Can you talk about the growth you've seen from her and especially how much that's meant in the playoffs?
I think we all know what Z is capable of. all of us. I think last year in the bubble, her getting injured and having to come back. But we all have seen this, you know, we see this every day in practice. During the break, I think she had during the Olympic break, she had unbelievable practices. And then when she moved into the starting lineup, it's like, all right, it's time. And so we have our moments during the game. And she listens and looks you in the eye. And I think she's super talented. I don't think she even understands how talented she is and how talented she could be, but she was huge for us tonight, just getting extra possessions, sprinting and running the floor, setting good screens, separating. So I think those are all things. And then obviously defensively, she guards, you know, the fours. She guards John Quell. She guards Asia Wilson. She guards those players. So, you know, for her to have that two-way game, and so much more that she could do, it's scary.
Thank you.
Zachary Draves.
Hi, my question is for Candace. Congratulations on the win. I'm just wondering, what's the mindset of everybody now that you all are on the brink of going to the finals, given everything that the team has been through this year? What's the feeling like now that you are one win away from the finals?
I always used to laugh when my vets would talk about experience. They would talk about moments that their experience would come in. I've been on this brink in game 4 with a chance to close it out. We haven't. And so I know like nothing is going to be easy. I think our mindset has always been one game at a time, and that's how it has to be on Wednesday. We got to take it one game at a time, one possession. We got to execute, and we got to play together. And I think once we do that, I like our chances.
Thank you, Candace.
Yep.
Christos Taltas.
Hello. First of all, congratulations on the win. Candace, 2 questions for you. The first one is, what it means for you, the game, for how big game for you is this personally to take the win and go to the WNBA finals? And also, did you expect from your team to have a journey like this before the season starts?
I think we talked a lot about potential and how we play, and I think everybody clicks. Like just the way in which we play, it's like everybody has an important piece on our team. And I mean, we know how big Wednesday's game is. I think all of us know that. We don't even need to talk about it. We just have to get out there and do it and execute and make plays. So I think that there's a lot of, you know, leadership and experience on this team, and there's a lot of newness mixed in. And I think that combination will make it very special on Wednesday.
Thank you very much. Nice shirt.
Are they up? Yeah. Okay. How much are they up? Yeah, it's the Lions, so we're not that excited. We're excited. I mean, okay.
Ned.
Good afternoon. This is for anybody. Late in the game, they were having some issues with turnovers. Had you guys switched anything up to speed them up?
I think
Tell you our game plan.
I'm not. I think you have to make in-game adjustments. And we did that, and we executed it perfectly. You know, sometimes what we're working on, it doesn't work, and we have to change it. Everybody makes adjustments. It's the playoffs. So I think we made a great adjustment, and we rolled with it, and we took the turnovers and converted.
We'll head back to media and interrupt.
It's so crazy because when I decided to come here, like even before when I was kind of making my decision, like Sue and Allie, I've had a previous relationship with them. Same thing with Diamond. Kyle never called me, but but Z like reached out to me and we talked, and James the same thing, just talked about how like it would be a lot of fun to play with somebody else that's like 6'4", long, can shoot the three, can dribble, you know, like that type of thing, and how it would help both of us. And I think, you know, just watching her develop and grow, I think that this was one of those moments, you know, and she's my shooting partner before games. You know, we work out together, and I think she has tremendous potential. So it's been a lot of fun to grow that relationship and that chemistry on the court.
All right. Any more questions?
Yep. I got a question. Okay. I got a question. Can I go ahead?
Oh my God, I'm bad at, I can't.
Okay, yep, go for it.
Oh yeah. Can I speak or?
Well, I'm sorry. Just hold on a second.
You know, I haven't really like looked that far because we are like ultra focused on, like, we still have a lot of basketball to play in this series. And we know Connecticut is a great team that's been there and been in this exact position. So, you know, I'm not looking past this. I'm not looking past next game because we still have more work to do. And, you know, I'm really happy with the moment that right now where we are, that we have an opportunity to advance. You know, I think getting Candace in the off season was the ultimate goal. I mean, that was the reason we wanted her here, you know, is because we wanted an opportunity to go to the finals. So I'm extremely happy with this moment, but like I said, you know, a lot more work to do before that moment. So. The crowd was popping, like every possession, every deflection, every and one, every timeout, whatever it was. I mean, I thought that the energy was unmatched. Whether we were up or down, whatever Connecticut was on a run or what we were on a run, like the crowd was so into it, and I think that they played a major part in today.
And I just think it's so funny for me to look in the family section and just like, I love seeing our family go crazy.
Yeah.
Like I caught my mom, I swear, doing the Cabbage Patch. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, it really gives us energy. So we hope everybody comes out on Wednesday, bring a friend, bring a cousin, bring whoever to come out and keep that energy up.
2 more questions.
Wait, God's in charge here. I kicked her out because it was an echo.
Oh, okay.
Rafiq, and then we'll go to Ned, and then we'll be done.
Okay, finally. I got 2 questions.
Yeah, well, I think you know, that's what Connecticut's really good at, is making adjustments. They have players that can do multiple things defensively. I mean, they have 4 people on a defensive team. So, you know, I'm prepared for that. You know, I look a lot to my teammates to make a lot of plays because we do have a lot of, you know, I didn't run a lot of pick and rolls until late in the game, you know, with the kind of mix things up a little bit. So, you know, this is playoff basketball and we need everyone. So, you know, I'm ready for all of their adjustments. You know, it's just about relying on your teammates because it's a team sport. So.
Last question, Ned. Or whoever wants to ask, just go for it.
I had another name that came to mind that was number 3. And so, yeah, no, it's neither of them. Yeah, no, same.
I can answer the last question if you don't mind.
It is bizarre. Go ahead.
Okay. This is a question for Kansas and Kalia Comper. First one for Kalia. The last game you talked about not bringing enough energy and results in the loss, but today there was a lot of energy that you brought, especially on that fast break layup that put you guys up 6 at one point. What are your thoughts?
I think it was major. You know, like I said in the media last time, after the game, I just felt like I didn't bring enough energy. Whether I don't know, whatever, but I needed to bring more energy and for us to be a lot tougher out there. So from the beginning, I just wanted to be that person for us and let everybody feed off of that.
And Candace Parker, in the last seconds of the game, you prevented a lot of potential game-winning shots from the Connecticut Sun and got huge rebounds and made some shots. What are your impressions about the way you perform in the late game executions?
Well, I think I had to make up for all the plays I messed up in the last 2 minutes. So, I think it was just about making plays and staying in plays. And that's what you have to do with a team like this, is just make things difficult and not foul. So I think that was just, a lot. And I think possessions come down. Like when January had the layup, I looked at my teammates and all of us were running back, like all of us, we didn't give up. And I think that says a lot about our group.
Appreciate your insight and good luck in game 4.
Thank you. Thank you, Candace, Courtney, and Clea. We'll have Connecticut Sun players next.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
You know what? Might as well, right? You gotta get that.
Quality of this series, did you guys expect it to be this difficult?
Yeah, I feel like it's been that way all series at our place too. Both teams wanted bad. They wanted, we wanted. So it's kind of, they're a little bit more, they got to loose balls tonight. They were a little more tougher than us when we needed down the stretch. So yeah, I just think it's going to be that way until the end of the series for sure.
Yeah, just wondering what kind of adjustments you're thinking about doing, what's going to be different for Wednesday night.
Well, I think we just got to go back and watch a video. Of course, you're running off adrenaline right now. And you like, what if we did this and what if we did that? But until you go back and watch the video and actually settle down and think about it, I think that's when we'll talk about adjustments. But right now, what if we would have made that shot? What if we would have got this rebound? So that's kind of what we're thinking about right now.
So what happened on that flagrant foul? Did you hit it in the eye?
No, she hit me in the face, like the nose.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Talk about the turnovers and the lack of offensive rebounds at one stage, and what were the Sky doing that?
There's being physical, but we got to go back to who we are, and that's rebounding. So you can be as physical as you want, but next game will be different.
You talked about the matchup between yourself and Allie, and how significant it's going to be in this series, no matter who wins. So through the first 3 games, what changed between game 2 and game 3 that allowed Allie to kind of get off tonight?
I mean, with a player like her, once she gets a good look, she gets going, and I think we've done a good job of kind of changing it up on her a little bit, being up in the mix, and we let her get some rhythm shots today, and, a good shooter, once she gets some rhythm shots, there's not much you can do, but we just need to be better at the point when she catches. Yeah, she's a tough guard. She keeps moving. They run her through multiple actions, but that's part of it. You just got to play tough.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, this is the most rested I've been gotten leading up into a playoffs in my career. So I feel good, and just ready to get after it next game. I think the biggest thing was just, confidence. Luckily, I was able to have 2 regular season games under my belt. First playoff game was a little bit of nerves for me. And now I think I found my stride and my rhythm, and I'm just going to continue playing hard.
Howard?
Dewana, forgive me if this is a repeat. We're not able on Zoom to hear the questions in the room, but you spoke back in August about how postseason is a brand new season and it's different in that way. And you're going to learn about this team. I'm wondering what you feel like you've learned so far here, what has been different, and what specific things this team is doing differently now, perhaps, than they were during the regular season.
I don't think it's too much, I don't think we're doing anything different. I mean, of course, we were a better rebounding team, so we got to rebound better. I think it starts there first, but we still play that same toughness. We still have that same defensive toughness. Chicago is a tough guard. They get out in transition. They can hit threes. They have a great passer in Vandersloot. But I don't think we're doing anything different. I think we just got to clean up a couple things on the defensive end, because usually we're on point with those, in the regular season. We're like a well-oiled machine. But once we go back and watch video, that's why it's a series. But nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to go home. I think that's the difference. We don't want to go home, and neither do they. So they have confidence, and we still have confidence too. So it's just a battle. Playoffs is just a battle. It's just whoever can out-tough that team, whoever can get that last loose ball, whoever can get that offensive rebound. And tonight we didn't do that.
And just related to that, late game execution in the playoffs, is there a way to work on that, or is that just simply something that comes in the moment?
No, I don't think you can work on that. I think that's just something that you have throughout the season, and when you get in that moment, you just got to execute. You got to knock down that shot. I think we had multiple opportunities to take the lead. We just missed the shot. We did what we did all year. We got a defensive stop, a couple of defensive stops that we could have capitalized on. We just missed the shot. So no, I don't think that's something that you can work on. You just got to put the ball in the basket. That's it. That's what they did at the right moment.
Thank you.
Ned?
Good afternoon, ladies. This question's for any of you. Fourth quarter, the turnovers really started to pick up for you guys. Were they speeding you up, or was it more just something you guys were not doing right?
No, I mean, I think, we had a huddle and we talked about it. We were just being a little too selfless. I think we could have been more aggressive with our actions and look to score on those initial actions and put it up off the bat on the rim. I think we had multiple opportunities to do that and we didn't, and not doing that led to turnovers. So we just have to be aggressive. I think we know we can execute better, and we will come in the next game.
One last question, Brianne, on that breakaway layup that you missed. Did you feel someone was behind you that made you try to do it?
That's it. She just missed it. That's it. Yeah, that's not why we won and lost. Next.
Right.
Thank you.
Alex?
Hey there. Thanks so much for taking the time. I'm curious about just kind of what that last minute felt like in terms of just the pressure. Can you just talk us through kind of how you dealt with that, and if you feel like there are more mental changes than physical changes that you need to make heading into game 4?
I mean, all we talked about was, getting a stop and executing on offense. We secured a couple stops, and offensively, we missed a couple looks. So we know that we were right there. A few things we could clean up on the defensive end throughout the game, and when it comes down the stretch, we got to finish the game.
Breon's going to have that same breakaway layup in game 4. And I guarantee you she's going to put it in. And we all believe her in that locker room. That is not why we lost. So she's going to have the exact same shot, mark my word, and we're going to put it in. Simple as that. We're playing basketball all our lives. Everybody missed layups. But trust me, on game 4, she's going to have that same one, and we're going to give it to her again, and she's going to put it in. That's it.
Rafiq, we have time for one question.
Yeah. Dewana Bonner, you pretty much carried the team on their way towards giving your team a chance to get the victory in today's defeat. What is it your team has to do a little bit more to equalize the effort that you've shown going into game 4?
I think I've got shown the effort. I didn't carry anything. I think
the team kind of, hey, in the other 2 games, I didn't do, excuse my French, I was about to say shit, but I didn't do anything. So I don't think anybody cared. Everybody we're an equal team out there. Everybody put, points in the board. And I think it's pretty much balanced. And I didn't do anything special, just play basketball, try to get a win. That's about it.
Thank you.
That's a dumb question.